Modern cars are multi-purpose. They need to be comfortable cruisers, economical city dwellers, technological masterpieces. Even supercars, the very cars that have been built with fun in mind, are relaxing and quiet, tame even. But there are some cars that have an absolute purpose. One such car is this, the Lotus Elise Cup 250. It's a machete rather than a Swiss Army knife. It's been built purely for the purpose of having fun, to be driven without a set agenda, without the need to be somewhere by a certain time. And so today, that's exactly what we're going to do. We're going to go out, go for a drive and just enjoy driving. It should be good fun. The Elise Cup 250 is the latest in a long line of small, simple sports cars to carry the Elise badge. The Series 1 Elise was launched in 1996 and it gave Lotus a new lease of life. It had a small engine without much power, but without much weight to lug around, it was a joy to drive. The Elise Cup 250 follows in the same vein. It has a bonded aluminium chassis, and elsewhere you'll find it's been drizzled with titanium and carbon fibre. All in all, it weighs 931 kilos. Granted, that's more than a Series 1 Elise, but this has quite a bit more power. In fact, it has double. The 1.8 litre supercharged 4-cylinder engine has 245 brake horsepower at 7,200 RPM and 250 newton meters of torque from 3,500 RPM to 5,500 RPM. The result is 0 to 62 miles an hour in 4.3 seconds and a top speed of 150 miles an hour. Granted, it's not the most sonorous engine, it's quite a forgettable noise really. It needs a bit more harshness, a bit more aggression to it, and you really can't hear the supercharger. But there's no denying that because the car weighs so little, it absolutely flies. And believe it or not, it is entirely unintimidating. You see how low the car sits, you see the big rear wing, it's bright orange, the engine is in the middle, and you expect it to feel a little bit scary, but honestly, it really isn't. It's very, very approachable. And as a car to just get in and go for a drive, as we're doing now, so many things are just right. Like the steering, there's no power steering, so there's a direct connection between the wheel and the tyres. And you feel absolutely everything. It's constantly wriggling around in your hands. And even going in a straight line, you can feel it just kind of following the road. Not in a dangerous way, but just in a really reassuring, confidence-inspiring kind of way. The whole car breathes with the road too. There isn't that much suspension travel, but it is so well damped. You can go over bumps that in most other sporty cars, they would just crash through a particular bump, whereas this, because it's so light, it just glides over it. You really don't expect that. I mean, look at it. You think this car is just going to break your back whenever you go anywhere, but it doesn't. As we wind our way through the back roads of Sussex, the Elise reveals more of its character. Getting in and out isn't the easiest process, but the driving position is spot on. The 6-speed manual gearbox isn't just beautiful to look at, but it's a beautiful piece of engineering, short, precise, and a real joy to use. And while the lack of a limited slip differential frustrates at times, the grip on offer in the wet and the dry is truly staggering. Compared to some other fun, fast cars, it is undoubtedly compromised, with less practicality and even less kit. But as a car to go out and enjoy, to drive for the sake of driving, it is brilliant. Not every car needs to do everything. Sometimes a sense of purpose is more exciting.